Tyson Rowe, and you are watching. I have thoughts. Hey y'all, it's been a minute. I really hate that I don't have much to say. Usually I have like a nice little spiel before like we get started fully, and I don't like to say too much, but then I also don't want to leave you hanging and everything. Life has just been lifing. We're gonna continue lifing with the new episode. Wait a minute, hold on. I feel like I've seen this, y'all. Hold on, wait, just excuse me. When I was getting my hair done a few weeks back, bragging about the show, of course, to my hairstylist, and we ended up watching The Chosen. Yeah, I kind of watched the episode. So yes, this is the right episode. Sorry. All right, let's get back to things.
Accidents happen, boys. Nothing to be ashamed of.
I love him. He got a mouth. He's so...
I want you to remember this, Simon.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
This
I can't.
is kindness.
Matthew, the tax collector brutal.
Does Matthew walk like that?
You're such a miserable lot. You worship one God, and yet you're all divided.
That's actually really profound. Worship one God, and yet we're all divided.
You people want to be ruled. You want.
Why does he sound like Loki?
Say my name.
Ima is sick.
Oh no.
What happened?
She's spitting up blood.
I don't understand. We just saw her last
Month. Simon, it's been a month since you have visited Ima.
I know. I haven't been a good... Wait, why are they here? No.
If I can't be there for my own Ima when she's sick, what am I?
Avram, Jeho, please, go be with your Ima or go outside and need some privacy. I'm not talking to your sister. I'm talking to my wife in my own home. And if you're not out of this room in 3 seconds, I will beat you both with my bare hands.
Tell me why I love when he say that line. Ooh.
Can't tell me what I can or can't do.
We love a powerful female moment.
I know that's right.
Before it was gambling, and now it's working and trying to do everything yourself. The popular Simon, fixing everything and charming everyone.
That is very relatable. I don't know about you, but there have been many times where I have found myself kind of deviating and trying to figure out how to work myself out of something or work myself through something. God's goal in our life is to literally make it as easy as possible. We are the ones that make it so difficult because we try to figure things out in our own human way, you know? We go off of what we know others have done or what seems feasible or plausible or, you know, possible in a human's hand. But man, we gotta realize that like God, it goes back to that thing I said in the last video, what I say, and trust in him that whatever he's doing it for a reason, and he's doing it the way that he wants to for a reason. It's never to hurt you. It's never to make you feel less than. It's never to make you feel beneath anybody else or even him. Like, it's always for your good. Exactly. That's exactly right. My current situation, money-wise, like, you know, I get paid good money at my day job and everything, but, you know, I have expenses for things that are upcoming, and I really found myself at work recently, this past week, like really like getting into an anxiety induced moment, and I really was like calling on God and like relying on him because he's been able to get me out of those situations in the past. You know, he had to make me realize and think, like, go back to the basic, the beginning of all of this. Like, why do you have anxiety? And what I often say, and what I learned from my therapist as well, get therapy, it helps. The first thing you ask yourself in that situation is, why am I having anxiety? Is it because I'm excited, or is it because I'm nervous and scared and all those other things? Now, if it's excitement, you just work with that. That's a good thing. That's a good problem to have. But if it's nerves and upset and sadness and worry, now we can approach things the way that we need to get ourselves out of that, right? And so God was like bringing that kind of know-how back to me, and also just helping me realize that, like, look, I have had you for all this time. No matter what bill needed to be paid and you didn't have it at the time, guess what? It got paid. No matter what it was, I always came through. So why are you worried? But it's so easy to fall into that because like we're so used to things moving in our way and getting things done. And then when we ain't got it to get it done, it's like, oh no, all the bad thoughts come in our brain, and God is right there saying, look, if you will just confide in me and know that I got you and I've had you for all these years, honey, that bill gonna get paid. Your house is gonna be good. You're gonna have food in your belly. You're gonna have clothes. Ooh, he's got it. So we just gotta trust that.
So go. I don't want you here tonight anyway.
Sorry.
I know you're sorry.
I know this is a tense moment, but like, tell me why I thought about the Jacksons and Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett did the thing.
Not that. When she was in there, she was talking to Joe and she said, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you.
Pardon me if I'm not exactly jumping out of my sandals because Creepy John pointed at someone.
You know right for calling that man Creepy John. Oh my gosh, I love this character. I love him.
You settle your debt. I keep track of things. I do it well. Quintus knows I do it well.
You're a little off, aren't you?
You should turn yourself in.
Stop. Simon, stop.
Only to let Egypt enslave us for generations, bring us out of Egypt, part the Red Sea, only to let us wander in the desert for 40 years, give us the land, only to let us be exiled in Babylon, bring us back, only to be crushed by Rome.
As a black person, that whole spiel he just gave to God about, you did this for us and then you allowed us to go into this and then we did this and then you allowed us to do that. I understand that sentiment completely. I remember back in 2020 when the George Floyd situation happened, thinking then like, because I love everybody. I've always loved everyone. I've always respected everyone. I was raised in a household where my parents didn't say discriminatory things about other people's cultures. And there was always respect. There was always just a love for everybody. There was always that. And naturally, I've always said I've been that way anyway, even though I was taught that as well. But regardless of all that, I remember that day being like, God, like what have we done? We've come so far and yet we're still struggling. We're still at the bottom of the totem pole. Like, why? It's not fun being in a minority group that is looked down upon for so many reasons, and we're constantly having to prove ourselves. And as history has shown, like, we'll have things like Black Wall Street and all these different things, but then it gets burned down and it's like we take 2 steps forward, but then 1,000 steps back. I understand what Simon means by that whole thing of, make a way out of this, but then that led to that. Like, where does it end, God has his ways. Yeah, he does.
I was walking with John. They called him baptized.
Andrew,
What's he on about?
And he pointed at him.
no more.
And he said, behold, the lamb.
Andrew, I said, just, please.
You know what I just thought of is like a perfect analogy of the exchange between Andrew and Simon just now. When you're at a funeral and like you're just going through it, you're like immensely sad, and then someone comes up to you, or dare I say preachers. I can't believe God has let me talk on this. Thank you. We gotta know as Christians how to approach certain situations, right? If someone is in immense emotion, and not one of the best emotions, probably like sadness, more likely, or even anger or confusion, something like that. I feel like the best way to approach this person is not to throw verses at them or anything like that. That's one of those situations where you have to exemplify who God is through your actions. I learned a while ago that when it comes to God, there are some situations when you're dealing with others that you quote scripture, and then there are other situations where you are the scripture. So.
James! James!
James was knocked out.
Simon, please send me that net.
Simon, do it, dang.
This net gathers fish. All kinds of fish, yes?
I wonder what kind of fish were in their water. Look at it. Somebody ain't going to jail. Okay, y'all. We are done with episode. Okay, hold on. Wow, okay, so we're getting some movement, we're getting some traction. I think we're starting to see the beginning of the forming of The Chosen. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and being here, and being so patient with me amongst all of this. Till we see each other again, you already know. Love ya. Bye.